Okay, hello and welcome to where I'm still opening up all the windows to make sure everything's working. Overclocking. This is in early access, 0.5.1. Thank you to the devs for sending over a key. This looks an interesting action-y sort of game, so I want to check it out. Now let's see if it keeps my settings after it loads. Initially it wanted to go 120 frames per second, which I'm on to 60 FPS, and also we're streaming at 60 FPS, so why would I want it 120? But hopefully it keeps all of that saved. It looks interesting. Now, apparently it's been 6 months of early access, so, you know, we'll see what sort of state it's in, but 0.5.1, so it's not like it's full release. But there might be bugs, and there might be things that will get improved along the way, but we'll see. You know, check it out. Definitely looks interesting. It takes a bit longer to load in than I would have expected, but again, you know, early access, I'm sure they'll all be optimized and things. But yeah, we're checking it out. It looks a cool little action game. So let's see what we got going on. Obviously, I've tried to avoid spoilers because, you know, no one wants spoilers, right? You don't want to spoil everything for yourself. You just look to see if it's interesting and if it looks like something that'll be fun, and it does look like that. So, you know, if you want to check it out, this is Overclocking. We're going to see just how it plays. Does it overclock your PC? Hopefully not, because I don't want it to melt. But we'll see what it is like whilst we're waiting for it to load. There's only so much you can say going in completely blind, really. Other than seeing that the action looked interesting, you know, trying not to spoil it for myself so that it would be a new experience. I know a lot of people do a lot of research in this game, but I feel like that just spoils it for you. Is that really right? Getting those in taking way longer than I'm used to and expecting. And again, early access. It, I'm sure, will be optimized for loading quicker in full release. In the meantime, you get to listen to the music, which hopefully is also copyright free, because don't want any copyright strikes for that, right? I just noticed I can't see my Twitch stream block duration. Is there one? I don't know. Are you ready for the mission? Yes. Bring it on. Okay, currently there's a massive traffic disruption on the city highway because the city law enforcement set a checkpoint of all to check all vehicles. Our equipment delivery cars need to go through, but we don't want our cargo to be searched. Your mission to put down everyone running that checkpoint so we can have the cars go through before reinforcement comes in without any. Simple enough. These look like warframes. So there's no similarity. Why is there no sounds? I've turned music down to 20%. Sound effects are at 100. Okay, now we can hear something. Except the dodge doesn't have a sound. Which is a weird choice. Certain. Okay, so there's out of bounds. It's interesting. The mouse stays on the screen whilst I'm moving. Left button to activate overdrive, left button again. Whereas having one block of energy, melee, attack, harvest energy from enemies. Okay, they're missing some letters. Then you can change weapons with up, down, and right. Yeah, I think we've trashed these enemies very easily. It also suggested it's a bit Devil May Cry-ish. No score for defeating some things. Okay, right button plus X for special attack. Right button and without the left stick movement for X for a different one. Right button and X with the direction held is a different one. For some reason, you know, right button and X, neutral and direction, but somehow it's a different attack? I don't see the difference. Maybe it's close to the enemy and far away from the enemy, but it isn't described there. And then long shot is also right button and X. But there's a whole bunch of right button X moves. Who can tell what is the difference, though? Okay, we're overheating, I think, because we were using a bit too much stuff, perhaps. We can air dash, dash onto a wall. Okay, and then they give us a tutorial to run along. Shielded enemies. Gauge, backstabbing. Okay, so you can do double shield damage if you backstab them. Are they mines, do you think? I don't know if we backstabbed him so much as he ascended into space. That one was maybe a backstab. Okay, so it turns out that they weren't landmines then. Not quite differentiating the difference between the right button attacks and the right button attacks and the other right button attacks, but fine. Strong enemy detects the head. Looks like a heavily armed law enforcement. No problem, I got this. Please be careful. Whatever. Right, it might be the different weapons and the difference that the right button attack does, depending on which weapon you've got on. Why does he look like he's a blur? There should be a block button as well. You know, that's usually something that you at least have in one of these. It's not new. Social networking. A big part of it is a dating sites, which is horrible. Dating sites or a datering site? If I have to be brainwashed, I would rather have it done by someone attractive. Ha ha ha. Oh, just do the mission. Okay. Questionable. We're clearly not meant to be trying to climb this thing. It doesn't like me trying to climb it. Okay, we've passed the point of no return. Okay, no, they did at least put a death barrier. Oh no, but it takes the long loading screen. Mistakes were made. Okay, good, it didn't take forever to load. You know, it's interesting that they put invisible barriers in the tutorial, but not on the ship to explore. Okay, there's another ship over there. Did he just... Oh my god, he did. Just flew off the edge. He dead, dead. Okay, just as long as we don't do the same mistake. All that matters. Okay. Game might need a little optimization. Hey, I'm over here. Do you want to come fly off the edge? No, you didn't. But these things must be teleporters to bring them in. Don't think we want to go too near the edge. Oh. Another temptation ship. Would I like to explore? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, there's a platform all the way over there. I don't think I can make it. I don't think those buildings are real. Are they Halo shields? You just fly off the cliff. Not me. I mean, the guy didn't listen anyway, but... You know, not me fly off the cliff, them. Over here. Ow. Ow. Who's nuking me from a distance? How rude. Oh! Okay, I thought he fell between the cracks then. For a moment it suddenly looked like he fell between the cracks. He didn't. Unfortunately, he was just falling to the floor in an unusual way. Way to show off in front of him before actually hitting you. Land on the questionable thing again. I can see why they didn't put invisible barriers. Because it wants me to fly between platforms like that. Now... You not hit yourself. It certainly falls through the floor a bit, doesn't it? Like it's going to fall between the cracks in the weird ship that we're on. But it doesn't quite get there. Like these are some pretty big cracks in the floor. Mosquito thing. Down. Off you go. You didn't quite go off. Are these shark things? What are these? Heads. What they are. Right, next area. Zips us up into the sky. Is that the whole area complete? Okay. No boss. Strong enemy detected here. So I think that's who you're looking for. On it. Luke's side, please be careful. Got it. Okay. Don't fall off the cliff. I'm sorry for anyone that has had sick once now to stop have had. That big ball's interesting. Founder and CEO. Questionable. What was that? Oh, you just summoned enemies in. Okay. Oh, and the exploding enemy. That's perfect. You mind? I don't want to be challenged. Did I just instantly delete her minion? Ow. I mean, if they want to die in an instant, that certainly makes life easier for me. They just juggle her, that makes this boss easy. Just ignoring the thing. That's probably not the smartest thing to do. Don't fall off the cliff. Power from every boss, because we're gaining the power from every boss we fight. Do we get a specific power that would be helpful for other bosses? Should we go in a specific order to get specific powers? And then ultimately face Dr. Wily, but as an action game? Because that seems like it might be something that it's doing, you know? You get this power's good against this boss, and then you use that power to defeat that boss to get its power. And then you get that boss's power so you can defeat them, deal with the shooters. Ow, ow, ow. He's already dead. Oh. Thought we'd already killed the shooter. Mistaken. Ow. I tried to get the interrupt in time. Okay, they can hit each other, it seems. Which is nice. Certainly use that to my advantage. They just killed each other. You'd not want to hit the other one that's out of bounds and kill him for me. Hi. Oh, you already died. I was waiting for him to hit the other one. What was that? Cherry cola? Maybe don't go in that doorway. Looks like we're almost falling off of reality there. Okay, this guy's going to be dead before he even gets to move. But he came on his own. Maybe we should focus the mech with guns. You know, it feels like they take me out of bounds there a bit. Take the mech with the guns out. Bye. He was famous in Terminator. Not Terminator, Robocop. Plus, he didn't do too well in that either, to be fair. That's a new move. He didn't do too well in Robocop, unfortunately. They're very fancy, but poorly designed. A portal! Jumping headfirst into portals not recommended. Definitely not recommended. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, probably the boss now. Also, formula: 3 waves of enemies running straight ahead, then a boss. I'm going to be detected. Seams. As in seams that you pull open. Like he's taunting you. Ah, big mistake. Big mistake indeed. I didn't look horrible. People at the world's benefit of them. How did we end up high in the sky on these gunships? Be long. You know, if we knew what the block button was, I'm sure it would be very handy against this guy. Overkill. Okay, now that we've knocked his shield down, got his shield back. A new one. So long. And this is just to go back to the menu to go and load into the next level afterwards as well. Like, this is a long loading screen to go back to the menu. Or not. Or the game will say, no, that's an invisible wall, that's cheating. Why do you not run sideways? There we go. I sure hope there's a checkpoint. I mean, I did say I wanted a bit harder than just running straight forward through the level. I did. This is not what I was expecting. I was not expecting platforming challenge of doom. Right, checkpoint, surely. Hit the mosquito thing. Hit them all, yes. Perfect. Because we can't afford to die. As it shoot the other one. Come on. Why can some of the enemies injure each other but the mosquito exploding thing doesn't? That made life easy. Okay, there's the portal. Surely you can't screw it up at this stage. If there was a way to screw it up, I would find it. I'm tempted to try and jump for that building, but I know it would kill me and reset the level. Just carefully touch the portal. Don't want to fall off now. We're going to be detected. Some very expansive alloy bionic armor. I like good equipment. It will be a shame to break them. They're very expansive in what areas? Careful. Got it. Doesn't look like she's wearing much armor. What were you calling expansive? I guess they meant expensive. She's a neurosurgeon. Yep, she sure put that sword away. It's still not in the sheath. No. Is it because she doesn't actually have armor at all? You had to try and explain why she's able to survive all these hits. Very expensive bio armor. Yep, definitely. That's what it is. So expensive it's invisible. Now, she was not attacking there. Not being very careful. Why have we got our fists out? Okay, turns out fists are very powerful. Ow, ow, ow. She's very powerful. She's got long range hits. No! Damn it! She was almost dead. Okay, we actually lost the fight. It's time we be more careful. Like, what's going on here? She's not even attacking. What was that animation? She didn't even move her sword. She was not hitting me. I cancelled her out of her animation. There's no way for that. She stops doing the animation and then it keeps attacking. What's going on? I can dodge it if I see her move the sword. If she just gets to hit things... She got a shield or something? Is that the expansive bio armor? You might. Okay, so she's got some sort of shield that counterattack. Why did that not happen the first time? Is it because I was using the swords? What? Right, I think I need to only hit her when she's got the sword out. Oh, come on. That hit from behind. What's going on here? What was that move? I don't know. Okay. I don't think, considering we never had a block, you know, I'm sure the parry will come in very handy. But that wasn't the most obvious. You know, expansive bio armor is different to she will counter-attack your attacks and you will not understand what's going on because it will look like this one has. And does it have any opportunities to throw the enemies off the map? They might have thought that the barriers were preventing that, but they didn't. Target today lives in the subway system. Do not have a lot of data other than the local government gave up on controlling the gang activity. Got it. Careful, yeah. Oh, can't go down there. The trains are flying above the railway track, that's fine. And then I'm gonna guess that the trains are deaf. Flubberman. Flubberman destroyed his own friends. Oh, come on. You were still hitting. Even though you were dead, that should have fit in. You Flubberman. Oh, come on. Why do projectiles not hit other enemies, but melee does? I feel like the projectiles should work for making the enemies hurt each other as well. Not that we need to be that overpowered, but it would be nice. Okay, Flubberman, he's got a lot of shield. He's dead. It looked like he still had more health than that. Maybe I misunderstood because it was red was death. Right. It's the white health gauge that's health, but the red is where we've damaged it. But, you know, I feel like he should have vanished like that. It was like we were doing continuous hits and his health was staying up. Just stand between all of them and hit them all. It makes life easy. So that cherry aid was very useful. Than what the cherry aid does. Well, now you just made life easy for me by doing that solid snake. Just running in to make sure that I hit you both at once and destroy you both. King snakes! Did they share a health gauge? I feel like the other two died at the same time. Finish you off. Finish you off. Get back here, you. Finish you. Into the portal. Well, that was an easier level. Okay, boss time. I feel like we're just gonna beat this whole game. Early access. There might be more and more difficult enemies. She is really fast. The light dark can barely capture her. Got it. The signal down is really bad. You're on your own. Please be careful. We're probably not going to see her. She's got really, really powerful enemy, right? Some undefeatable lag. Well, I like the way that they still try to do their attack after they're dead. They're certainly trying. No, they're disintegrating. He dead. Yeah, they're going down a bit too easy. Can't choose through the portal. There you go, Spider-Man. Spider down. And now they're dead. Now they're dead. But he's still no chance at that point already. Okay, to the boss. That one was most definitely just run forward. 2 areas though, not 3. There are even more enemies ahead. Get ready. More the merrier. I'll be monitoring your system just in case. Be careful in there. Oh, are we doing multiple areas of fighting before the boss? Okay. Wow, he jumped in just to get hit. It's embarrassing for him. He was like, hit me as well. But it's still just run forwards, and it's literally the same looking area. Literally the exact same looking area. And it's down. What's this thing? A weird crawling one. But I'll never know what's behind it. Already dead. Let's smack the big crawling one from behind so it's dead. All the little ones, for the most part. Okay, big one down. Still easy. Just a little. Early access though. Strong enemy ahead. She appeared to be half mechanic and half mutant. As assuming it cannot be done, making bionic parts for mutants is very, very case by case. I think they have the best engineers. Oh, I am the best engineer. Yep, my mistake. Let's show her exactly that. The Xenomorph. Axial automation group. Oh, look at that. Ow, ow. Okay, this hole in the floor is not a hole in the floor. Never mind. My mistake. Thought that was a very, very... You have interesting moves. I thought that was a hole in the floor that I could cheese you through. My mistake. Why would there be a hole in the floor? Why does that have interrupts so I can't dodge? That is the worst. There's no way that should be allowed to have interrupts. Down the hole with you. Come on. Oh, come on. Can just fall down that hole. Down the hole. Okay. We've got actual challenge now. She does 2 attacks in one there. I dodged that. Until the game time is loading. Target today is a combo facility of fossil fuel and geothermal sites. It's in the center of the desert. It will be a long trip. Sounds explosive. Let's just run the wrong way. Okay. There's a no entry sign all the way back there, but they're like, no, it's just going to stop you short, actually. Because we can see what you're doing, and it's a terrible idea. Sorry for anyone that has adverts. They happen once now to stop up with adverts. Are we going to run to one side and then are we going to run back the other way? Spare parts warehouse and reactor core 2. I have a feeling that might be what's about to happen. Considering. Okay, and it's always 2 waves of enemies. That thing slowly turns around. Yet to see it actually shoot anything. It seems intimidating, so we destroy it before it gets a chance. That's it. Help out, Axeman. The big scary one's down. Axeman now stands no chance. 0 chance. Again, I don't know what the cherry aid does, but I'll take it. Probably health. Mr. Flubberman. Flubbermen hit each other. Always perfect. More Flubbermen. No, there's 2 in a gun. They didn't like the gun, man, I think. Considering they basically double teamed him. You're dead. You're already dead. Through the portal, it's not going to be the boss. It's going to take us to the other side, I can tell. It's going to be a long journey, they said. Maybe it'll be 3 areas. 3 whole areas of running forward first. Or maybe there'll be a platforming challenge between. Strong enemy detected. Wow, he has really dense energy. Really? He is really energy dense. Sorry. He is just a red dot on the thermal sensor. Oh, be careful, got it. We didn't really do much of running through a desert. Department of Energy. I'm just fighting the government. I feel like we're just fighting government officials. Yeah, the perfect dodge thing seems to just make us really, really OP. And then you can just tech and juggle them like John. That guy, the Department of Energy was easy. He has a program in him. EFG shot. Hold and release X with firearms to fire a BFG shot. We never saw him do that once. Maybe the balls that were flying everywhere might have been the BFG shot, but for the most part we just absorbed the perfect roll. I've played a few too many of these sorts of games to do the perfect dodges, you know? He was a bit too... He had no counter cheese. None. I'm sure there couldn't possibly be anything questionable based on what we're seeing in this area, right? Just set dressing. But we had to look at the set dress. Like, someone took their time to design this area. The most designed area so far in the game. With very unique assets. Why would they put so much effort into the unique area compared to the others? Unless it's like, you know, pre-sold assets, I don't know. It feels like they put an awful lot of effort into those unique artworks compared to everything else. Very neon. Hopefully it's not AI art. A train station certainly looked better when I was younger. The good infrastructure, maybe just needs some maintenance. Right, they can do a little better. I will try not to destroy it. Train station, all I was seeing was asses and tips and reflex. And suddenly all of the fancy neon stuff's gone. And we just under a bridge. We're not even under the bridge. We're next to a bridge. But ironically, we've got a bridge that you can walk under similar in Birmingham. There's a Sainsbury's close by. I know exactly where we are. We're not on Broad Street anymore, we're heading towards the city centre. Getting closer and closer to the city centre here. Hitting the guy from behind, very handy. And then I can just hit my nose and mash X. So there's a big fancy building there. Sainsbury's would be down about that way. Sure is nice when they all hit each other. Are you coming in, Mr. Gunman? Don't think you want to do that. Maybe a bit too easy. Well, these guys are easier than the last wave. I know he doesn't really signpost with the big red laser that he's going to shoot. But he still sort of signposts by sitting down. On to the boss. And probably the final boss. Unless there happens to be another area. Hopefully not questionable. Strong enemy detected. Oh, did I mention she was my high school pals mate? What, you know her? Are you kidding me? You could totally help me with some signed merchandise. That is exactly why I did not tell you. Ooh. Why are we stealing her merchandise? Okay, there's a big hotel. There's a big face. Is it her? Silent. Do not X. Okay, don't have singular X in that hotel. Doesn't mention about double X's or triple X's. There's a spider building. That vehicle came really close. That was interesting. There's the green dinosaur. Noir. What's that? Okay, this would probably be the last level because it didn't let me upgrade anything else. But no, you can't. Even though you got the points for it, no. Killed first before. So you're telling me that the order was actually meant to be that I was supposed to be attacking whatever that or the first enemy first. In the real boss order. You know, like you can choose your boss order, but this is the real intended boss order. The path that you're supposed to take. Xenomorph, right. Xenomorph had anti-cheese. Given the order of these enemies, I feel like we definitely did them in the wrong order. But we still killed them, so it's not like it was the end of the world. He dead. Final lady? No. Still more bosses to fight. What is left other than the idol and the big guy? Hi, enemy right in front of you. It is Isaac. Got it. The binding? I don't know, maybe the idol was the very, very first enemy. Isaac. Death. You know, I feel like the bounce into an enemy in the air move somehow might be very, very powerful in this stage. Don't know what makes me think that it might be a very, very powerful thing to have with the flying enemy. In time. We are the bad guy now. We have the time machine. The end. Okay. Thanks for playing. New game plus is unlocked. What would that possibly do? Just let us play the same enemies with the powers that we've already unlocked. The time machine. We must get back to the past and do this all over again with the powers that we already have and just fight the same enemies over again and never kill the actual enemy, which is the person that we were stood right next to at the end there. Because they obviously thought that we were too power hungry, going back in time and misusing the time powers. So they went back in time to stop us. I'm sure it makes sense. But that was Counterclocking! Early access 0.5.1. If you like what you see, go check it out for yourself. Could use some polishing with the loading time. I would like some bigger areas and things, but you know, it's interesting. It needs work. But it is early access, so go check it out for yourself, and I'll be back on Wednesday with something else. Till then, bye 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 bye.